29th January 2024 due to the cholera outbreak. Speaking during a media briefing this afternoon, Education Minister Douglas Siagalima says in order to recover the lost time for the 2024 calendar, public, private, aided and community schools and colleges will open for Term 1 on Monday, 12th February, and will close on 26th April 2024. Mr. Siagalima says schools and colleges will open for Term 2 on Monday, 6th May 2024, and will close on Friday, 9th August 2024.
In view of the cholera cases which have spread to other parts of the country, the National Disaster Management and Mitigation Council of Ministers, at a meeting held this morning, Wednesday, the 24th of January 2024, the Minister of Education was guided to further postpone the opening date to 12th February 2024. In order to recover the lost time, the school calendar for 2024, that is for all public, private, aided and community schools and colleges, has been adjusted.
The government and stakeholders in the education sector have been urged to work towards actualizing the UNESCO recommendations concerning education for international understanding, cooperation and peace, designed to guarantee human rights and fundamental freedoms. In a statement to mark the commemoration of the International Day of Education, which falls today, the Zambia National Education Coalition has cited the need to recognize that quality education is a public and common good which should be accessible to all as one of the UNESCO recommended principal guidelines for cultivating peace education. ZANEC Executive Director George Hamusunga is therefore pleased that social justice is one of the principles that underpins the new curriculum, in which human rights is also posited as one of the main cross-cutting issues. Mr. Hamusunga hopes that the new curriculum, which spans from early childhood education to teacher education, will lay a firm foundation for a more peaceful, just and sustainable Zambia. He has also urged the government to deal with the issue of junkies that are terrorizing innocent people in communities by using education as a tool for both development and peace.
Even if we live in a peaceful country where there is no conflict, we need to embrace peace education to address the challenges such as mushrooming of gangs or junkies, crime, and various forms of abuses that represent a breach of human rights. Our government needs to deal with the issue of junkies that are terrorizing innocent people in communities by using education as a tool for both development and peace.
The Ministry of Health has revealed that since the launch of the vaccination program, it has vaccinated a cumulative of over 1.6 million individuals in hotspot areas. Minister in charge Silva Masebo has said in a statement that 748,163 of those vaccinated are males, while 863,170 are females. Ms. Masebo has further indicated that 3,000 healthcare workers working in the cholera treatment facilities or those working in high-risk areas have also been vaccinated. Meanwhile, in the last 24 hours, 438 new cases have been recorded countrywide in comparison to 433 cases that were recorded yesterday, while a total of 6 people have died, which includes 4 adults and 2 children. 460 patients from the various treatment centers have been discharged in the last 24 hours, and 803 patients are in admission. The Council of Churches in Zambia has encouraged all congregations within its umbrella to conduct worship services of not more than 2 hours amid the cholera situation. Council General Secretary Emmanuel Chikoya says every church must ensure that the highest levels of hygiene are maintained and avoid handshakes, hugs, and communal foods. Father Chikoya has implored all stakeholders, especially the politicians to rise above the constraints of politics and join hands in the fight against cholera. He has urged members to embrace a lifestyle of hygiene consistently, irrespective of the season.
Individual members should be encouraged to get their own sanitizers for use during this period. Let's take personal responsibility for our welfare and make issues of hygiene a lifestyle and not a one-off event, always in crisis responses like the rainy season. We encourage all congregations within our member churches to conduct worship services within the period of 2 hours and encourage people to disperse and return to their homes without idling and mingling around.
The Zambia Center for Inter-Party Dialogue has commended political parties for the peaceful campaigns that have characterized Mayembe Ward by-election in Chiwangandu District. Center Executive Director Doreen Njovu is hopeful that the peaceful environment exhibited during the campaign period will continue in future by-elections to enrich Zambia's democratic credentials. Ms. Njovu says the center remains committed to promoting peace and stability in the country and wishes to call on all parties to engage in dialogue to find a peaceful resolution to any disputes that may arise during and after the by-election.
We are hopeful that this peaceful environment exhibited during the campaign period will continue in future by-elections and will enrich Zambia's democratic credentials. As a center, we remain committed to promoting peace and stability in the country, and we wish to call on all political parties to continuously engage in dialogue for peaceful resolution of disputes.
A suspected criminal who has been on police wanted list for a long time for various offenses, including the murder of a police officer identified as Constable Lungu at the Toget in Kasama, Northern Province in October 2021, has been shot dead by police officers. The suspect was shot yesterday after he attempted to disarm one of the police officers during investigations. Confirming the development, Deputy Police Public Relations Officer Danny Mwale says Sebastian Mlenga, aged 38, of Lusaka's Kabanana compound, was hiding at a named lodge in Charleston area and was arrested after a tip-off from concerned members of the public yesterday around 03:30 hours. Mr. Mwale says during interrogations, he led police officers to a cemetery in Kapirimposhi, where an AK-47 rifle, which was stolen from Constable Lungu, was recovered, together with 2 pistols stolen from the Chinese national in Kitwe. Mr. Mwale, suspect, while at Chingwere Cemetery, led officers to another spot he claimed to have buried another pistol, and on their way, he attempted to disarm the officer, and another officer responded by shooting him. His body is in the same hospital mortuary, awaiting formal identification. Ministry of Information and Media Director and spokesperson Henry Kapata has encouraged the media to be free to report whenever they feel government is not performing well. Speaking when he toured 5FM radio station studios in Osaka this morning, Mr. Kapata emphasized the important role the media play as key stakeholders in fostering development in the country. Mr. Kapata says the UPND government values the media, adding that the waiving off of duty on broadcasting equipment signifies the partnership that government is trying to forge with the media fraternity. He also acknowledged the various challenges that their industry face and assured that it is government's responsibility to listen to all the problems raised by the media industry and work around finding solutions.
You as partners of government, then you open up, because this government, like I said, is all about engagement. Our presence here is to collect information and take it to the top level to say, this is what is happening on the ground. The media fraternity may be comfortable, but they are not happy with 1 or 2 things with regards. Is it ZLA? Is it the saturated market of over 40 radio stations? Is it the issue of adverts not coming from government? Is it the issue of, so that we can see how best we can work together, because you are part of broadcasting equipment, that in itself signifies the ownership.
Stay tuned for business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Social economist Kelvin Chisanga has attributed the kwacha's depreciation on the global market to reduced production in crucial sectors like agriculture and mining last year. Mr. Chisanga has told 5FM News that this, coupled with low trade patterns, has led to a shortage of US dollars amidst high demand and a diminished export basket. Mr. Chisanga notes that ongoing debt restructuring is causing fatigue in the banking and financial markets. He added that the country's challenge lies in a reduced export wallet amid increased demand, particularly due to extensive importation processes in late 2023 and the continuing trends in 2024, especially in petroleum. The social economist anticipates stabilization once the legal aspects of transitioning with key mines like Konkola and Mopani copper mines are efficiently addressed, allowing full-scale operations to commence. By 09 hours today, the United States dollar was selling at 26 kwacha 43 ngwe and buying at 26 kwacha 96 ngwe.
The current vibrating effect around export also has a strong effect to the forex market fundamentals. Then the other aspect, it's the aspect to do with the supply itself. What we're able to see is that the Zambia situation, we are supported by the central bank, and the central bank intervention are not holding water to the current situation that we're able to see, meaning that there is high appetizing demand which is actually not being satisfied in this case.
And finally, in foreign news, the M23 rebel group has appointed its own administration in areas under its control in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, sparking concern that it plans to form a separate state. In a statement, M23 political leader Bertrand Bisimwa said the group had appointed an administration in North Kivu's Rutshuru territory. He added that leaders for the towns of Kiwanja, Rubare, and Bunangana towns, also in North Kivu, had been appointed as well. Here's a roundup from the BBC.
Russia has accused Ukraine's military of shooting down an aircraft which it says was carrying 65 Ukrainian prisoners of war on their way to be exchanged. All on board are reported to have been killed. The Russian Ministry of Defense says it detected the launch of 2 Ukrainian missiles, and experts consulted by the BBC have said video footage is consistent with the plane being hit mid-air. The director of the UN humanitarian agency in Gaza says fighting has sharply escalated in Khan Yunis. Thomas White tweeted that a UN training center sheltering hundreds of displaced people had been hit. He says buildings are ablaze and there are mass casualties. Mr. White added that safe access to and from the center had been denied for 2 days. The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has meanwhile reiterated that Israel will continue fighting in Gaza until Hamas is toppled and all Israeli hostages are brought home.
And finally, in sports news, Cowboy Warriors and betting company 1xBet have today signed a 2-year memorandum of understanding, a deal which will see 1xBet join Zambia Railways as a co-sponsor of the team. Cowboy Warriors has since become the first Zambian club to partner with 1xBet. Speaking during a media briefing in Lusaka today, 1xBet operations manager Kafupi Muana says the company is happy to partner with Cowboy Warriors because it is a big brand. He said the company believes in the power of sports to unite, inspire, and uplift communities.
As we embark on this collaborative venture, we are confident that our support will serve as a catalyst for the progress and success of Cowboy Warriors. We envision a future where Zambian football stands at the forefront of excellence, and together with unwavering dedication and teamwork, we can turn this vision into reality. So to our Cowboy Warriors family, our partners, and those who love and cherish the beautiful game, let this moment mark the beginning of a new chapter chapter filled with triumph, growth, and shared victories.
And Kabwe Warriors chairman Mutalingandu thanked One Expert for partnering with the club.
Indeed, we are thrilled as a club to be associated with one of the AFCON 2024 officials. There is no disputing the fact that football is one such unifying sport in this country. Against this background, allow me to thank One Expert for that decision to invest our aspirations. As one of our official partners now, we want to assure One Expert that we do not take your decision to partner with us for granted.
Zambian Premier League Chief Executive Officer Joseph Chipampwe also witnessed the signing of the deal.
In order to professionalize, all clubs are subjected to the FIFA and club licensing guidelines. On the other hand, to commercialize, we shall now make it mandatory for all clubs to have working strategies. And when we talk about strategies, how do you attain your goals and objectives? But in that strategy, you need the money. And this is now, we also make it mandatory for all clubs to have a business model.
And now the weather report brought to you by Class Econ.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Northwestern, Luapula, Northern and Mochinga provinces are mainly cloudy, slightly windy and mild with isolated rains. Western, Southern, Copperbelt, Central, Lusaka and Eastern provinces are partly cloudy, windy at times and mild. That ends the weather report.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 100 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
And that item brings us to the end of the news this evening. But before we go, a recap of the top stories. Cholera crisis forces government to postpone schools reopening debt again. Over 1.6 million individuals receive oral cholera vaccine. Concern as M23 forms administration in Eastern DR Congo. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy World of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. I'm Judith Mwabe. Good evening.